This is Hector's most loved ball. It's a ball that my mother gave to him as a gift like 2 years ago. It used to be green, but now it's white. He hasn't stopped playing with it for 2 years. Yeah, it's his favorite ball. Hey, come. What's up guys, Vasilis from Codings here. Today we're going to be talking about operators and arithmetic in programming languages. Before we begin our lesson, I would like to ask you if you want and you can to subscribe to our channel and like this video, leave any comments you have below, or if you want to ask us about something or to add something to our content, just comment below, we will see it, we will reply and we will listen to your advice. We also have Facebook, Twitter, the YouTube, you're probably seeing this right now, Skype, we got Instagram, we got TikTok, and we got Snapchat. With our snap code here on the screen, you can snap it and you're golden to go. So let's go. In the previous lesson we saw about variables, how you can assign them, what type of variables there are, all this kind of stuff. But now you will learn how you can make operations with those variables, using those variables. So we'll find out about the most important mathematical operations frequently used in programming and in which order these mathematical operations are executed. You will probably notice that Hector as the dog is here as well. He's my best buddy and I love him forever. So you may hear some noise. Don't worry too much, he's fine, he just wants to play with his little tiny ball. Here it is. Here's Hector's ball. Let's throw it to Hector. Alright, so mathematical operators. When you were in school, you learned that in order to add two numbers together, two variables together, you need to use the plus sign. So the plus is the sign of the operation and the addition or the sum is the operation itself. So one is the operation and the other is the operator. Okay? Easy, I guess. The most important operators in programming languages are in four groups: arithmetic, relational, assignment and logical operators. Arithmetic operators are what you can understand, they do operations on numbers. So for example, if we have z equals 5 plus x, plus is the operator for addition, for the operation named addition, and equals is the sign that is used for assignment. So, what operations are there? We got the plus sign, which is addition. It adds two numbers together, or variables. We got the minus sign, which is subtraction, subtracts. We got the division, which is the slash sign. It divides two numbers. We got multiplication, which is the star sign, shift 8 probably on your keyboard. By using this you multiply two numbers or variables. We got two plus signs, which we will be discussing later. But what you can understand it like this. If you got variable x and you write x plus plus, then this equals to x equals x plus 1. It's like adding 1 to a variable. So x plus plus, if x is 4 and you write x plus plus, then it will be 5. X will be 5. Same goes for minus minus, but in reverse. X minus minus 4x equals 4 will result in x equals 3. And then we have the percent sign, which in programming is the modulo sign. Hey Hector, how about you stop moving my camera? That would be really nice. Pause. This is Hector's most loved ball. It's a ball that my mother gave to him as a gift like 2 years ago. It used to be green, but now it's white. He hasn't stopped playing with it for 2 years. Yeah, it's his favorite ball. Hey, come. Alright, so modulo. So, there is, as I said before, there's the percent sign, which in programming is called the modulo. Modulo is something that will need a slide of its own. So, modulo is one of the hardest operations to understand. and also probably the most important and useful in programming. When you divide a number by another number and you only do integer division, for instance, if you do 12 divided by 3, you get a perfect 4 with no remainder. Do you remember remainder? However, if you divide, let's say, 11 or let's go with 13. If you divide 13 by 3, then the outcome is 4 and remainder 1. Modulo is an operation that will return the remainder of a division. It's really useful when you want to cycle through things, but we will see this in the future courses. It's nothing to dwell on at the moment, but you should understand what remainder is and that modulo returns the remainder of an operation. So if, for instance, we had 45 modulo 6, that would return 3. Now we've got relational operations. Relational operations will check about the relation between two numbers or variables, like if something is greater than, less than, equal to, different than, or not equal to. So the operations and operators are the equals sign, which checks for equality between two variables, the exclamation mark equals sign, which will check if a variable or number is different than another variable or number, so not equal to. There is greater than, the same symbol as in maths, less than, greater or equal to, less or equal to. I think it's self-explanatory, I probably don't have to explain it too much. You can also and always refer to the slides available on Coding Jar website. The content and slides are always there, so you can download the slides for yourself and check it. So assignment operations and operators. I guess you've already seen the equal sign, which assigns value to a variable, but there are a couple of more operators and operations. So we've got the equal sign, which just assigns a value to the variable on the left side. All of those work from the right side to the left side. You should also always note that. So the thing that's here will be assigned to what is here. I hope I'm pointing right, because I'm not putting slide this time. Then we've got add, then assign. So if you got x plus equals 5, that's the same as x equals x plus 5. So the same goes for minus equals. If you got x minus equals 5, that's the same as x equals x minus 5. Same goes for star equals, which is multiplication and equal. Divide then equals, which is slash equal. And then we got the percent sign equals, which is modulo equals. So I want you to be careful about something, because it's one of the most common mistakes in programming. There's a huge difference between the equal sign and the equals sign. The equal sign, as we said, is assignment. It takes something and assigns it to a variable. The equals sign checks for equality. The thing is that if you use equals, yes, it checks for equality and returns true or false depending on the condition. But if you have x equals 5, that's a statement of its own. A statement that's executed correctly will always return true. So if you have equals instead of equals, this statement will always be true, and you will be wondering, why does my code not work? Or why does it work? It shouldn't. So always check that you use the proper assignment or comparator / comparison operator. So, logical operations. There are 3 logical operations I want you to know as far as introduction to programming goes. There are more that you can learn and will learn in the future if you follow Quickiversity to its end, but for the moment I only want you to know about 3 operations. These logical operations stem from logic gates from hardware engineering, and the ones I want you to know are AND, OR, and NOT. They all accept Boolean values as their input and will output either true or false. So if you got A and B, this will return true if and only if A and B are true themselves. If you got A or B, this will return true if either of them is true. So if you got true or false, this will return true. If you got false or true, this will return true. If you got true or true, this will return true. If you got false or false, this will return false. And not goes in front of a variable, so you got an exclamation point here. So not A. This, if A is true, this will return false. If A is false, this will return true. You can also refer to the table, these tables, which show what is going on. And here is an example. So let's say we have X is true and Y is false. If we print X and Y, this will get false. If we print X and X, will return true, print true because X is true. So we got true and true. And so on, X or Y will return true because X is true. Not X will return false. And now we've got a complex one. X and not Y will return true because parentheses are calculated first, so this will assess and become true. So we have true and true equals true. There are some extra operations which you will learn about in Systems Programming 3. It's gonna be a while until this gets released, but it's in advanced programming. You don't need to know it for the moment. And another thing I want to talk about is operators precedence. As you may understand, not all operations happen at the same time. Some happen before others, some happen first, some happen last, but in the end they all get executed. Here in this slide you can see the operations precedence from highest to lowest. This will be executed first, this will be executed last, and you can get a sense and a feeling of how things are executed. I don't want you to know this by heart. What I want you to know is that parentheses always have precedence, are executed first from other stuff. So if you get a parenthesis with a parenthesis inside that and a parenthesis inside that, the inner parenthesis will be calculated, then the next one, then the next one, then the whole expression. That's it for now. If you like this video and helped you understand arithmetic and operations in programming, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it with your friends, share it with anyone who has trouble understanding this kind of stuff. You can always also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Skype, Instagram, TikTok, Snap our Snap code. We're on Snapchat as well. We are having one-to-ones there, talking with people who need help. And always remember that you can contact us at questions@codingzar.org, where you can express all of your questions. And I was Vasilis from Coding Jar. I hope to see you next time. Happy coding, everyone. See ya!